games in 3 days.
Yeah.
To the DC Everest Fieldhouse, getting ready for high school girls basketball. I'm Chris Conley. Just a few moments. We'll actually be underway a little bit early tonight. It's DC Everest and Mosinee. All right, it's a grudge match between them. They've played 9 games, and neither of these teams has recorded a win yet. Let's talk a little bit about the programs, because they're both kind of in different spots. Mosinee was a really good team last year. Just graduated a lot of their seniors. So they just have too much to replace to be successful. The Everest girls were a couple of games below 500 last season, graduated their leading scorer, and the problem for Everest is just what they lost to graduation from a year ago hasn't been able to be replaced, especially on the offensive side of the ball, with the new younger players. I mean, the Evergreens have some younger sophomores who probably could use another year developing at the JV level, but instead they've got to swim with the Sharks just because that's the way the personnel situation is working out. We're going to have a nice vibe tonight, considering this is a game of 2 winless teams. Got the DC Everest Pep Band here, and a lot of our student musicians will be spending New Year's in Pasadena. A lot of bands from our area are going to combine into one from central Wisconsin, and they'll be marching in the Tournament of Roses Parade. That's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and the Everest band's working out their repertoire tonight. I spy with my broadcaster's eye Marcus Hall from the Everest boys basketball team, who had the winning layup earlier this week with under 10 seconds left, lifted the Evergreens over Eau Claire Memorial. I'll get a look at Marcus for the first time tomorrow. The Evergreens boys will be at home against Ashwaubenon. That's going to be an interesting game, too, because Ashwaubenon was the Everest boys' worst loss last year. So if you think the boys' basketball team is better this year, tomorrow night's game, which will be here on Zaleski Sports, it's going to be a big measuring stick. Girls basketball, Evergreens, and Indians coming up. We thank our game day sponsors, Era Pancakes, Merrill Iron and Steel, and Jamie Chai, American Family Insurance. We'll meet the starting lineups and get our game underway when we come back after this break. Girls high school basketball, DC Everest against Mosinee on Zaleski Sports. Chris Conley back at the DC Everest Fieldhouse where the pregame shoot-around's just about over. Teams will be on their benches in a few minutes as we get ready for girls basketball. One of the things that will be interesting tonight is, both of these teams have probably circled this game on their schedule as one that they can win. So, neither is off to the start that they hoped to be off to. And what are you looking for? Who plays hard? Who's still putting out the full effort? Even when you're winless a couple of weeks into the season, each game still starts at 0-0. Each game is a brand new slate to try and improve on, play a little better. Evergreens in the home white, green numerals in trim, Mosinee in the black with the purple numerals and white trim. Sponsored tonight by Whitetail Properties, for the best in recreational or hunting properties in Wisconsin, called Brian Resch with Whitetail Properties. Share your goals and Brian can tell you where and how to make it a reality. Call Whitetail Properties 715-213-4468. 715-213-4468. The crowd being given the sportsmanship announcement, and the crowd here, it's a whiteout. Many of the Everest fans wearing all white for tonight's game. Let's go down to courtside where our student musicians will give us in just a moment the Star-Spangled Banner. Under the direction of Joe Finnegan, our director of bands, Joe's the nicest guy, but he's got to be nuts to want to chaperone a large group of teenagers halfway across the country. Now, that's a job that can fall to somebody else. But really a nice opportunity for these student musicians, California bound for New Year's Day. Let's meet the starting lineups. Caitlin Seeley for Mosinee. Hallie Kramer. Out comes a number 12 who's not listed on our roster. What's going on there? Jalen Jershely and Gabby Munoz. By the way, it's Brittany Fitzgerald who's the unannounced player. Kelsey Woolley for the Evergreens. Senior Katie Schultz. Kirsten Hall. Braylon Byler, senior, is going to be the leading scorer on this team by the time the season is over. And there's Grace Sandquist. We'll be ready for basketball after this break. We'll come right back with the opening tap on Zaleski Sports.
One Heartland car employees was allowed to operation. Two Heartland car employees are hardworking. Heartland Fire is a accumulation of individuals who came from family farms.
And we thought they'd spend more time in front of their benches. Balls in the air. Evergreens control the opening tap, and we're underway. Chris Conley, glad you're joining us on Zaleski Sports. Evergreens work the perimeter. Sandquist gets the entry pass, and they go back out. Sandquist again. Munoz, part of the double team for Mosinee. We know we got a lot of Mosinee fans looking in on our Zaleski Sports stream tonight, so welcome. And someone gets win number 1 tonight, almost turned over. Clear out for Byler, cut off. Long possession, lot of dribbling, and there's the turnover. Yeah, sometimes that happens. And Mosinee takes a 2-0 lead on Jershely's basket off the steal. Full court press. See how the Evergreens solve this? They do. Woolley brings it into the front court. Byler now. Back out. 3 ball in the air for an early lead change. Too strong. Tapped out. Another chance for the Evergreens. Now fearing that it would go into the backcourt, it's tapped back and off the rim. Neither team able to finish. Loose on the floor. Mosinee on the hustle play. Back out for a 3. Missed everything. Saved in, and Mosinee's going to get another look at the basket. And a 3 from the near side. No good. 1, 2, 3 misses that time down the floor. Still a 2-0 game. Minute and a half in. Byler again looks on the clear out, gets to the rim. Byler rolls it up and in, and we're tied. Evergreens have come close to a win, lost by 1 to Rhinelander. And Mosinee, any of the girls who were on this team last year, have a lot of winning in the memory bank. Thinking about the straight-on 3. Fitzgerald didn't pop. Munoz, biggest kid on the floor for Mosinee, and hits from the outside. Gabby Munoz, one of the seniors. Full court pressure again. Again, this is good for the Evergreens to get more practice breaking the press, which was a big problem a year ago. Entry pass there, turned over. Mosinee stays on the perimeter. Munoz hit her last, setting a screen there. Thinking about driving in, Britt Fitzgerald back out, 3 ball, good. Caitlin Jershely has 5 of Mosinee's 7, and it'll be an early timeout. 7-2 Indians, 15-14 to play in the first half. Back after this break on Zaleski Sports.
Winter's coming fast, which means it's time to hit the trails. Bill's Service Center has all things you need to stay warm and dry on the trails this winter. With a full selection of jackets, bibs, helmets, boots, casual wear. And don't forget that Bill's is your chainsaw safety gear headquarters. Bill's Service Center is your one-stop connection for all your cold weather riding gear.
Don't freeze your jingle bells off. Get your cold weather riding gear at Bill's Service Center.
Evergreen's inbound after their timeout. Mosinee's been the better team shooting from the outside in the early going. And the Evergreens have a couple of early turnovers as a drive. Too strong, no finish for Schultz. Loose and tracked down by Caitlin Seeley. Munoz got that entry pass and then goes back out. Munoz gets it again. Along the baseline, cut off. Good defense there by Schultz. Knows that the baseline is your friend in that spot. Outside three. Does Mosinee still have the stroke from the outside? Too strong. Rebound goes to Grace Sandquist. Sandquist has some height. Byler for three. Good! Byler's hit one from inside the arc and now one from outside. 14 and a half to go in the first half. The Evergreens draw within two. See if Everest can get a defensive stop, get this game even. Drive in, travel. There's the turnover. Evergreens get the ball back. Hallie Kramer dragged the back foot. Evergreens make their first substitution. Kaylee Ruda comes in. Kelsey Woolley is out. Kirsten Hall gets the inbounds pass. Now over to Schultz. Mosinee shows man-to-man here. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Everest. 14 minutes in the first half. Basket ties us. A three gives us a lead change. Sandquist gives it over to Schultz again. Trying to set a screen for Byler, and now she rolls off that. Byler gets it back. Hit her last three, looks to drive in. Cut off, fading backwards. Tough shot. Good! Braylon Byler. Byler's got all seven, and we're tied 7 apiece. Good possession and a tough shot to finish. Mosinee round and out for the three. Halfway down for Britt Fitzgerald. Evergreen secure the rebound, so it's a one-and-done trip as Hall cleared the boards for Everest. Almost stolen on the overplay. Byler to Sandquist, foul line extended. Three ball, open, in the air, short. Katie Schultz, and tracked down in the corner. Indians have the ball. Seeley gets the rebound. I don't know, this has been a competitive game. Couldn't tell you how it's going to go. Foul line extended, good. That's Hallie Kramer. And a turnover on the inbounds pass, and now we've got a whistle. Well, the Evergreens have to make sure they're limiting their turnovers when they're facing the full court press. Fouls called on Kelly Ruda, who's just been in for a couple of minutes. First whistle of the night. Almost turned over there. Seeley gathers it in. Three from the wing. No good. You know what? Jershely, who has 5 points, has been cold from the outside. She's 1 of 4. But Mosinee's done more on the boards. Another three. Too strong. Tapped around. That's 1, 2, 3 looks at the basket. And finally, Amber Gonzalez, who came in during the last stoppage, gets the basket. So after the Evergreens pull even, Mosinee gets the next 2 baskets, and the Evergreens break the press with a long pass, and Kirsten Hall scores at the rim. 12 minutes to play in the first half. Driving in, kicked out. Another 3 ball. That one's no good. Yeah, Mosinee's been cold from the outside. Comes all the way out to Byler, turned over again, and taken right back. So the teams trade turnovers. Driving in, a lot of contact, no whistle. Schultz was trying to bail herself out. Byler, 3 ball. Line drive, too strong. Offensive rebound. Evergreens need more of those. Kirsten Hall came in, fished it out. Byler long 2. She's hit, and she's got free throws coming up. In a 2-point game, 2 free throws are coming. We're sponsored by Stone Innovations. Get your next countertop Islander backsplash from Stone Innovations, the go-to for fabrication, design, and installation of a great variety of stone products. Let Stone Innovations bring your home or business look to the next level. StoneInnovations.net. Amber Gonzalez called for the foul. And one more free throw for Brilliant Byler. Got them both. So all aces on the scoreboard, 11-11. We're brought to you by Nicolay Bank, offering personal banking at its best. Locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Edgar, and Medford, and Merrill. Learn more at nicolaybank.com. A little bit of confusion about whether play is actually in or not. Mosinee got a player waiting at the scorer's table to come in, and they'll let her in. Maddie Wierski not only is in the game, but will inbound. You know, Mosinee does not have a lot of height, yet they've done okay on the boards in the early stages. Tied 11 apiece. From the outside, three again. None of these threes are going down. Loose in the corner. I think that's out on Everest. Yeah, State Indians ball here. Mosinee to inbound in front of the DC Everest pep band. Brianna Cook in for the Evergreens. Wow, that almost went into the backcourt. No whistle. Goes back to Wierski. Taylor Joshua has shot a lot of threes, but she's 1 for 6 from behind the arc. I mean, the shooters just keep shooting. Shoot till your luck changes. Swinging cross-court. Yeah, Mosinee looks like they're the better passing team. Just cold from the outside, which keeps us tied 11 apiece. Yeah, if Mosinee were to heat up from behind the arc, this would look different. But this is going to look different now. Basket and a foul. Amber Gonzalez to the foul line. Fouled by Brianna Cook. Basketball is sponsored by Culligan Water. Get Culligan Water for $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water online at CulliganH2O, CulliganH2O.com. Gonzalez looks to complete the three-point play. No good. Ugly miss. Secured by Brianna Cook, who committed the foul that put her on the line. One possession game. So the other wins hanging right with Mosinee. Byler, almost a travel there. Tracy Schmidt. Evergreens keep possession. Sandquist dribbles through the lane, gets to the rim, foul, and she scores! The basket ties us 13-13, and here's a free throw that could give the Evergreens their first lead of the night. Amber Gonzalez called for the foul, her second, and the team's second. And let's see what Sandquist has at the foul line. No good. Tied 13 apiece. Wow, Mosinee had a player streaking down the court, and the ball goes to her late. Loose ball, foul. If that ball came earlier to Maddie Wierski, she'd beaten everyone down the court. We're going to say she was in the act of shooting, and 2 free throws come here. The foul on Tracy Schmidt. First free throw, good. Basketball is brought to you by Auto Select at Weston on Schofield Avenue in Weston with dependable vehicle repair service and tires for 22 years and a 3-year nationwide warranty. Free roadside assistance. At Auto Select, you're good to go. That's Auto Select, Schofield Avenue, Weston. Both free throws are good for Maddie Wierski. 3 ball, 4 lead change, round and out. Tracy Schmidt. Boy, looked good off her hands. Another one-and-done trip. Evergreens have only 1 offensive rebound so far, and we're at the 10-minute mark. Yet Mosinee's not really been able to build a lead here. Spinning, blocked. Got to say that Kirsten Hall hit her on the hand, causing that ball to come free. Hall will draw the foul. Fourth on the team. Now, I I thought the player was actually trying to pass instead of shoot, but 2 free throws are awarded here. First. Good. Daisy Spink at the free throw line. Daisy's got one more coming. Short. Rebound secured by Everest. Brianna Cook. 16-13. On the wing, cut off there. Entry pass in traffic to Cook. Wow, if Cook could fight this away, jump ball. If she could have fought that ball away and gone back out, Byler was all alone waiting for an open 3 attempt. Could have tied the game. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Evergreens applies some token pressure. Got Byler back there. Mosinee solves it easily across the timeline. 9:15 and counting until halftime. 3 ball from the wing. Good. Maddie Wierski. There are 2 Wierskis on the team. Maddie and Megan. Full court pressure now. Byler. Right across the timeline over to Schultz. Entry pass now. Hall, a little bit of traffic, may have walked, not called, goes back out. Long 2, around and off the rim for Hall, and Mosinee gets the rebound. Yeah, Evergreen's really quiet on the offensive glass. Just no second chance points against not a particularly tall opponent. Loose on the floor, jump ball, will go over to the Evergreens on alternating possession. Gabby Munoz comes back in for Mosinee. Grace Sandquist back in for the Evergreens. And we're brought to you by Mutual of Wausau. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, businesses since 1875. Online at mutualofwausau.com. That's mutualofwausau.com for an agent near you. Couple of trends here. The Evergreens seem like they've been stuck on 13 for a while. And Braylon Byler, the first 7 points of the night for the Evergreens, has been quiet since then and turned over on the inbounds pass and instantly points. Britt Fitzgerald. It's the Evergreens' 4th turnover. Long pass to the corner, and there's the 5th turnover. You know what? That, if for a younger, less experienced team, there's a lesson. You want to make sure the mistakes don't cascade on you. So you have a turnover on the inbounds pass, and then after that, you're not careful with the basketball again. Want to take a deep breath and reset. Make sure this thing doesn't get too far away from you before we get to halftime. 8 minutes to go. Travel? Yes, turned over. Taylor Joshua. Into traffic, loose. There we go. Evergreens into the front court. Down low in traffic to Megan Zemke, couldn't hold it. Down at the other end, basket for the Indians. Mosinee is on an 8-0 run. Seeley's first points. Beg your pardon, that'll be a 9-point lead, because at one point we were tied, 13-13. Looking to drive in, Byler to the rack, no finish, had to switch that over to her left hand, looked like it threw her off, and there she was driving to the rim. Points that the Evergreens needed. This 9-point lead is Mosinee's biggest of the night. Looking to get it to double digits from the corner. The 3 from Seeley is no good. Long rebound comes out to Joshua. Another look. Another 3. Too strong. Rebound for the Evergreens. Loose ball foul on Mosinee. Grace Sandquist was bumped as she secured that ball. Well, you know what? Is that going the other way? It is. A break that the Evergreens needed and didn't get. Fouls on Grace. Mosinee inbounds underneath to Munoz. Right back on the baseline. That's a defensive mistake that no one spotted up against Seeley, and she misses the little bunny from the baseline. Evergreens get it back the other way, too. Good. Kelsey Woolley. Evergreens needed that. Breaks a 4-minute scoring drought, 22-15. 6:45 and counting down till halftime. Joshua goes back out. Fitzgerald. Mosinee's not shy about popping from the arc. Here it is again. Baseline three, too strong. Loose in the corner and tracked down by Seeley. Free ball here. Joshua too strong. Sandquist gets the rebound for the Evergreens. Takes it herself. Lot of contact and lost the ball going up. Quickly ahead, Joshua looked like she traveled, and the three goes down anyway. A no call, and then burned for three by Britt Fitzgerald. 25-15. First double-digit lead of the night is turned over. Everest ball? Yes. Going to say that the Mosinee player, going to say that Amber Gonzalez was on the end line. No, they're giving the ball to Mosinee. I don't know about that. Sandquist, they say it went off of, but Sandquist was inbounds, not out of bounds. Free ball, round and out. No over the back there, miss at the rim, and Mosinee is dominating the boards. Indians will get another look. 5.5 to go. I mean, everything at the other end for Everest seems like it's one and done, and Mosinee on some trips getting 2, 3, 4 shots, and there's another 3 that goes down. Joshua scores, and it's turned over again. Dribbled out of bounds, goes back to the Evergreens. 28-15. Everest wants a timeout. Don't want to fall further behind here. We'll take 1-2. This is high school girls basketball on Zaleski Sports.
In any business, you ride the line between numbers and people. It takes balance. CLA, CPAs, consultants, and wealth advisors will get you there.
Your Clifton Larson Allen office is in Wausau, Stevens Point, Marshfield, and CLAconnect.com.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Welcome back to the DC Everest Fieldhouse. Game was tied 13-13. Then Mosinee goes on a 15-2 run and bumps the lead up to double digits. Basketball is sponsored by Elite Auto Care, where Schofield, Weston, and Wausau turn for local family-owned auto service you can trust. Major and minor repairs, foreign and domestic vehicles. Look to Elite Auto Care, Schofield Avenue, Schofield. I'm Chris Conley, Everest Girls. Let's see if we can get this down to single numbers by halftime. Certainly make our second half more interesting. Byler looks to drive in through the double team, gets a late foul, and get Braylon to the floor. It looked like someone stepped on Braylon's ankle. Coming up a little bit hobbled. Joshua is only a freshman. Joshua takes a lot of shots for a Frosh. Gets her first foul. Third on the team. And Braylon Byler is now 3 for 3 at the free throw line, and she's got one more. Basketball is brought to you by Foundation Finance. Here's your chance to work with a company that really understands growth. Foundation Finance has grown every year since they started in 2012. They have great full-time and part-time positions. Start a job making money you need with flexible scheduling, a close-knit, fun-loving group, and full-time benefits from day one. Online, foundationfinance.com. Everest needs a couple of defensive stops. Cross-court, baseline loose. There is a turnover. Evergreens look to push up the floor. Mosinee's back defensively. Woolley to Byler. guarded close by Fitzgerald. Byler doesn't try and take her. Passes off. Rooney again. In a little bit of trouble here, almost turned over. Byler saves the possession. Here's Sandquist up high, trying to feed Hall down low and stolen away. Gabby Munoz. Yeah, Munoz was in the way. The disruptor there outside, too good. Britt Fitzgerald, who now has 7. And a turnover. 4 minutes to go until halftime. Jershely to inbound. Saw her brother playing a lot of football for Mosinee. Team that went 2 games deep in the playoffs. Thrown out of bounds. Turned over back to the Evergreens. Tonight's game coverage is brought to you by Express Employment. Find your next career path with just a phone call to Express Employment Professionals. They have locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield. No matter where you are in central Wisconsin, save yourself some time and find your next employer at expresspros.com. Byler brings it up. Some token pressure for her. Entry pass knocked away, and suddenly it's sloppy in both directions. Seeley to the rim, stops, offensive foul. They said that Seeley initiated the contact against the defender whose feet were set. Her first. Neither team in the bonus yet with 3:20 until halftime, and the entry pass is loose. Someone's got to hustle towards that ball. Kicked. Going to stay with Mosinee along the baseline. Let's see, at halftime, do we have our Coach on the Couch feature? Yes, we do. Entry to Munoz, misses, gets her own rebound. Gabby Munoz scores. Just tell she's a size matchup to the Evergreens. Just hard to find someone on the Everest team that matches up well with Gabby Munoz, and it showed on that time down the floor. Here's Sandquist fading backwards and scores. You know, Sandquist is a big enough body, too. You'd like to see her moving towards the basket. You give up your size and your height advantage when you're fading back like that, but no problem. Basket's good. Productive trip down the floor for the Evergreens. Let's see if they can build on it. 2.5 to go till halftime. 32-19. Baseline 3, it's good. Well, it'll be dangerous in the second half if Taylor Jershely heats up. She's now got 3 threes and 11 points. And again, Mosinee bumps this lead up to a new high. Entry pass to Sandquist, almost knocked away. Sandquist knew she had to come to that ball to save the possession, so that's good. Tried to get it over to Byler, stolen. The other way, Fitzgerald scores. Turnover here and points there. Everest's 10th turnover. Evergreens have 19 on the board and an 18-point deficit. And almost turned over again. Subs come in, and we'll tell you that the game is brought to you by Sutton Transport in Weston. Your local family-owned trucking company specializing in next-day LTL delivery and nationwide volume LTL services. Rest assured of getting your freight to its destination safely and timely. Sutton Transport in Weston, fueled by 40 years of great service with a personal touch. Byler off a screen, does not fire the 3. Sandquist instead splits defender, strong to the rim, good! Grace Sandquist, that's a nice take. Grace has 6. 37-21. 1.5 to go until halftime. Turned over. Sandquist got a defender, knocked away. Yeah, pull this back out. That's the smart move. There you go. 1:15 and counting till halftime. Byler's got the ball. 3 ball in the air. Round and out. That looked like it was going down. Kirsten Hall unable to secure the rebound. Mosinee's got it. 1 minute to go. Almost dribbled off Fitzgerald's foot. to the corner. Baseline three, that was partially blocked and clean there. Schultz got a hand on it. 45 seconds. Bump to the backcourt. Non-shooting. Amber Gonzalez has just picked up her third. Inbounds pass, almost stolen, secured by Ruta. Byler open for the three, off the back rim, offensive rebound, more of that in the second half. Missing at the rim is Schultz, another rebound, and back out to Byler. Got a defender in the air, entry pass, and a foul at the rim, Kirsten Hall. You know what? That's the Everest girls' best offensive sequence so far. Did the good work on the boards, got a couple of looks at the rim, and are rewarded by free throws coming up. Mandela Caratini, senior, just came in for Mosinee, draws the foul. 2 free throws with the clock stopped. First one's a miss. 26 seconds left. Couple of Mosinee subs. Don't want starters picking up late fouls in the closing moments of the half. Second free throw rolls around and in, so Kirsten Hall is 1 of 2 and has 3 points in the first half. 20 seconds and counting down. To the corner, that's Caratini, gets it back. Baseline 10-footer, no good. Evergreens get the rebound. 14 seconds left, so the Evergreens can cut into the lead, try and get a little closer. Katie Schultz down to 10, turned over. So no last look. Ball is loose. 4, 3, 2, and this will not count anyway, as Daisy Spink could not beat the buzzer. It's halftime, and Mosinee leads by 15, 37-22. Basketball tonight brought to you by Purple Mountain Solutions, your business go-to for public and private warehousing and product delivery. Whatever it is you're shipping, you know you can depend on Purple Mountain Solutions to get it there safely and efficiently. Mosinee had been up by as many as 19, as one of these teams will come out of here with their first win of the season. Coach on a couch at halftime, next on Zaleski Sports.
Today's Coach on a Couch, sponsored by Fleet Farm. Get crazy low pricing on toys at Fleet Farm. Going on now, save up to 50% on all toys. Get everything you need in one stop. Get it all at Fleet Farm. Welcome to Coach on a Couch. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, visiting today with DC Everest girls basketball coach Coleman Schilling. Coach, before we get started, just remind the audience how many years you've been coaching at DC Everest, and then why coaching? What is it about you that says, I'm a coach?
Well, this is my second year at DC Everest. The reason I got into coaching, it didn't really happen for me until about my senior year in high school, where I decided that coaching was something for me. And that's huge credit to the coaches that I had at my time in Marathon, from my football coach, Todd Stoffel, to my basketball coaches, Jeff Reike, Jack Culhane, Claude Cyber, Adam Jacobson, and then my baseball coach, Steve Warren. It goes beyond the X's and O's, those life lessons that get instilled into you through the sport. That was something that I wanted to do for others. And, I have a passion for the sports that I coach. But for me, it's giving back. Like what the coaches gave to me, I just want to give it back to other players throughout my time as a coach.
So just kind of wrap up last year's team. You had 7 seniors on the team last year that we said goodbye to. Maybe just one last time, kind of reflect on those seniors and what they did for you as a coach, what they did for the Evergreens basketball program.
Mm-hmm. No, the tremendous job. I mean, it's not easy, especially as a senior, to have a new coach come and then to kind of relearn everything. I mean, you're asking someone to basically drop everything that they have learned in some sort of ways, and then all of a sudden get coached by someone new. And it's not easy to be put in that situation. So huge kudos to those 7 that stuck it out and helped turn this program hopefully in the right direction. Their leadership, the way they handled themselves, not only on the court but off the court as well. They really set an expectation for the younger classes, and hopefully they continue to follow in their footsteps. So, I thank them. They're going to be they're going to have a special place in my heart for them, based on the fact that that was my first team, my first group of seniors in the high school program.
Let's preview this year's team. We'll start kind of big picture, and then we'll narrow it down as we go. Expectations and goals. Conference championship is always a goal. I'm sure that's written down somewhere. What are the expectations for this year's group of Evergreens?
We never really got over goals this year. We just worry about ourselves. We worry about coming into practice, getting better each and every day. Because sometimes I think we lose sight in what we're supposed to do when we start looking at other teams and then the down the road projections and things to that nature. Ultimately, I just want us to focus on us. How can we get better today? And I think, you do those things, you get rewarded for the work you put in, and, we'll take it day by day, and whatever happens, happens. I don't measure success based on a win-loss column. Success can be measured in many different ways. And we're heading into week 3, and I think we've been successful each day. We've been hitting the ground up, taking it day by day. I like where we're headed. It's a long season. Don't have a lot of players on the varsity lineup, but you know what? That's opportunity for everyone to play and prove themselves and get better. So goal wise, we want conference championship, we want the regional section, you can go on and on. But at the end of the day, if we don't handle ourselves, that stuff doesn't come.
Talk about this year's group of seniors. According to the roster that was handed to me, 3. You can update me if need be. What are your expectations for a senior varsity basketball player? I mean, some coaches want them to be an extension of themselves on the floor. Sometimes you want them to be the kind of that enforcer at practice to get back on task, get back on focus. What have when I say senior expectations, what comes to mind for you?
Well, just that leadership, that the extra voice, where it's not just me and my staff. But I want us to all have a voice. I don't want it to be something where captains are the only ones to talk. Because then it just starts to lead that to games as well, whereas we rely on them so much. They're human. They need help too. So they need a whole team needs to know that they have a voice in things. But, captain leadership based on seniors, you set expectations. You lead by example, come to practice early, stay late, just go the extra mile. And the 3 seniors that I have this year have done that, and they're going to continue to do that. And our juniors, sophomores, freshmen, and youth are going to see that, and hopefully, they continue that trajectory of going that extra mile and leading by example and leading with a voice.
Give you a chance here to say some names with the warning ahead of time. I know when I say one name, we always leave ourselves with an opportunity for trouble to miss somebody. But as the season progresses, who are 1 or 2 of those names that people are going to become familiar with when they talk about DC Everest Evergreens basketball?
Oh man, I don't like getting put on the spot and leaving people out. I would say Braylon Byler, one of our seniors, and Katie Schultz. Those are 2 that I've been kind of leading heavily on as far as the ownership of things. But those 2 have done such a great job of handling that, and I'm starting to see it from my underclassmen as well. So I hate to leave all the players out, because it's a team game. It's a program. I can go from top to bottom. They're all important. But those 2, if I had to say anything, would be those 2.
And I'll take the heat, Coach. Girls, if you left your name out, come at me. Let me know, 'cause I'm the one who put them up to that. Game expectations. Folks are at your game. They're watching. Home, away, whatever it is. Regardless of what it says on the scoreboard, people that are watching your girls play, how will they know that things are going according to Coach Schilling's plan?
Well, hopefully you start taking care of the ball a little bit more, being fundamental in the game of basketball, dribbling, passing, the things that you need to just take care of, the things that you can control, and effort. Okay. Bring in the energy. Last week's game didn't go according to plan, but what I loved that I saw from rewatching the game was that, Megan Zemke ended up making the last shot kind of at the buzzer. And if you didn't know the score, you would have thought that was the game winner. And what I saw last week too is we had all kinds of players diving on the ball on the floor for a loose ball. I mean, that stuff, that's contagious. You see one person diving for a loose ball that, someone else wants it too. They want to be a part of that.
Sometimes our Coach on the Couch features are too long or halftime is too short. I'm not sure which. All the Coach on the Couch features are available at ZaleskiSports.com and on our YouTube channel. I'm Chris Conley. Teams are back on their benches. Second half will be underway in just a moment. The Mosinee girls lead DC Everest 37-22, a game that was tied 13-13. Mosinee got their lead up to as many as 19 and enjoy a 15-point lead now. The freshmen shall lead them. Taylon Jershely has 11. Britt Fitzgerald has 9. 5 each for Maddie Wierski and for Gabby Munoz. 4 for Amber Gonzalez. 2 for Haley Kramer and 2 for Caitlin Seeley. Daisy Spink has 1. Mosinee is 3 of 5 from the free throw line. They've hit 6 threes to Evergreen's 1. And Mosinee's turned the ball over 5 times. Everest girls have 10 turnovers and only 4 players in the scorers column. Braylon Byler with 11, Grace Sandquist 6, Kirsten Hall 3, Kelsey Woolley 2. And the Evergreens are 6 of 8 from the foul line. And Mosinee gets the ball first as the second half gets underway. Sponsored by Fleet Farm. Crazy low pricing on toys at Fleet Farm right now. Save up to 50% on all toys. Top toy brands Barbie, Melissa and Doug, Lego, and Nerf. Get everything you need at one stop at Fleet Farm. Whistle sounds, plays in. And the Evergreens show 2-3 zone over the top to Munoz. Yeah, hard to defend that. Munoz, height advantage, and points to open the half. And the Evergreens have to advance against full court pressure. Sandquist trying to beat this on the dribble, and I think just got it over ahead of the 10 count. Over to Kirsten Hall, back out. Byler, first touch of the second half, drives in to the rim. Tough angle, and leaves it short. 3 ball. Jershely. Round, out. Hit the rim a second time. Still wouldn't go down before Schultz gets the rebound. So at least just one look that time for the Indians. Byler left open in the corner. Good! Braylon Byler. 14 points, her second 3. So in the opening minute, 39-25 as the Evergreens have cut into the margin by 1 since halftime. Boy, a comeback key for the Evergreens. Limit the turnovers in the second half. And the Evergreens turnovers are 10-5, so you're turning the ball over twice as much as your opponents. It's just a built-in advantage for the other team. Long 2, and that's good. Basket for Haley Kramer, only her second bucket of the night. Entry pass, jump ball. Officials looking at each other, and we do indeed have a tie-up, and it's the Evergreens ball. Let's see, Mrs. 50-50 wanted us to announce the winner, didn't she? That's okay. Wants to go down to the scorer's table. although I'd be happy to announce myself as the 50-50 winner. Byler misses from the corner. That was a tough shot. The angle there was almost behind the backboard. Entry pass into traffic, missing at the rim as Kramer comes back out. Munoz misses everything, but tracked down underneath. A third look at the basket coming up for the Indians. Munoz, maybe a little long for her, about 15 feet. Pinballs around and secured by Katie Schultz. Katie's up to the front court. Almost turned over. Wow, Woolley almost stepped on the sideline there and gets it back out. A reset. Hall. Back out. Open for a moment was Sandquist. Instead she drives in. Good body control, and Grace Sandquist scores. Nice game for Grace. She's got 8. 41-27. 15 to go. 3-ball from the elbow. Misfire from Sealy. And a rebound for Katie Schultz. Entry pass to Sandquist. Splits defenders. That's the right move, but no finish. Both the defenders overplayed, so when you split them, go right to the rim. Just couldn't get it to go through. Right idea. Baseline turnaround. That's a tough shot for Kramer. No good. Evergreen's in transition. Byler pulls up at the blocks and goes out. And Sandquist wasn't expecting the ball, and it's a turnover in the backcourt. Everyone just wasn't quite on the same page there. 14.5 to play. Mosinee 14 to the good, looking for their first win. Entry pass to Munoz on the low block, stripped away. That's good defense. Kirsten Hall got a hand in there. 1, 2, 3 new Everest players coming in. Ruda, Chapin, Schmidt. Little trouble getting this ball in. To Munoz baseline. This is a long 2, and it's good for Caitlin Sealy. 14 minutes to go in the game. Up on the wing, almost turned over right in front of the bench. Chapin found the handle, keeps her dribble. Almost had her pocket picked. Now gives it over Sandquist. Tried to go back out. That's knocked that bounds off the Mosinee player. Stewart Optical sponsors tonight's game. Check out Stewart Optical. They're at Union Station, Wausau for all your eyewear and eye care needs. Open 5 days a week, monthly specials, and instant savings on contact lenses. Most insurance plans accepted. Schedule your exam now at Stewart Optical. Rolling through the lane, off the rim. Good! Elsa Chapman. Points off the bench. Evergreens have had it down to 14 a couple of times in the second half, but have been unable to get a run together and get closer. There's a miss at the rim. Sandquist gets the rebound on Jershali's miss. Chance to inch a little closer. Chapin scored the last time, turned over. And scoring, and the foul. That's a bad foul. Amber Gonzalez scores and will get to the free throw line. 13:09 to play. Fouls on Tracy Schmidt. It's a coachable moment. You're playing defense from behind, and there's no one between the ball possessor and the rim. If you foul there, it's got to be hard enough that she doesn't score. Free throws a miss, and an offensive rebound for Mosinee. Got another foul here on the floor. And Mosinee's going to get the ball. Yeah, the little things. Ruda is called for her second foul. It's the second of the half for the Evergreens. 3-ball from the wing. Good for Sealy, who's heating up and now has 7. Back to a 19-point lead. Ties the biggest of the night. Was 19 late in the first half. Splitting defenders to the rim. Tough angle. Good. Kirsten Hall. Hall's a sophomore, and she's a bundle of potential. She's going to get better. Defense is already good. By the time junior and senior year rolls around, well, there's a turnover. Seeley, that's blocked by Hall. Who was I just bragging on? Evergreens look to come back the other way. Cross court. Hall was open. Should have let that one fly. Instead, entry passing traffic. Sandquist got a whistle. Offensive foul. That'll be called on Grace. Her second and the team's third. And this trip down the floor, Mosinee can bump this lead up above 20 points. We're brought to you by Crystal Finishing Systems, a family-owned business, now hiring for their Weston and Mosinee locations. Openings in fabrication, manufacturing, customer service, and more. Join the Crystal Finishing team. Learn more at crystalfinishing.com. My name's Chris Conley, normally the voice of the Evergreens. Mosinee fans enjoying the Zaleski Sports coverage tonight as your team looks for its first win of the year. Outside, 3-ball, kind of flung towards the rim by Maddie Wierski. Offensive rebound, another chance, miss at the rim by Jershely, and Hall gets the rebound for the Evergreens. 12 minutes left. Sandquist to the rim, scores, and she's fouled. Sandquist to double figures with 10 and a free throw coming. Braylon Byler, who was out for a moment, comes back in. And a free throw coming for Sandquist. Too strong. Offensive rebound, loose on the floor. The arrow points in Mosinee's direction. Nobody knows potatoes in Wisconsin quite like Heartland Farms. With roots at Amherst and now in Hancock, it's a 5th-generation potato and vegetable farm producing many varieties of chipping potatoes. They're farming 27,000 irrigated acres and growing. Learn more about the best in the potato business. Heartland.farm. That's Heartland.farm. Evergreen's trying to be more active defensively. You need to generate some turnovers if you want to get back in this thing. Back all the way up high. Knocked away. Loose on the floor, and the Evergreens come away with it. Got it back over to Megan Zemke. Zemke's easy to spot, got the hardware on that right foot. 3-ball popped, good! Katie Schultz. No time for her first basket of the night. 48-36. Entry pass down low, a blocking foul. I believe that's going to be on Zemke. It'll be her first. And the 4th on the team. Common foul, Mosinee will inbound underneath. Late change, the freshman Jershely comes back in. Had 11 in the first half, quiet in the second half. Loose on the baseline. Going to say that's knocked off the Evergreen. I believe that was Casey Woolley who got the hand on it. So Mosinee still possesses. Boys basketball tomorrow here at the Everest Fieldhouse against Ashwaubenon. Come out and see the boys. They're a good team this year. See what Marcus Hall can do. Every night seems to be special. Puts up 30 or so. Second chance, up and in. Melina Caratini's first basket of the night. Going to go under 10 minutes to play in the game on this possession. 3-ball line drive. No good for Schultz. Rebounds loose. Byler gets it for the Evergreens. Braylon gets it back. Working the perimeter. Bad pass. Knocked away by from Schultz and turned over. Evergreens will get it back as the ball deflects into the Everest bench with 9:50 to play. And Everest wants a timeout. trailing by 14. It's 50-36. Still time to do something about it. We'll be back after these messages on Zaleski Sports.
For years, our Stone Innovations customers told us they love our countertops, but only wanted to deal with one company for their entire kitchen project. Well, we've heard you. So now Stone Innovations can give you a brand new kitchen with the same high quality products, selection, expertise we've been giving you for years. And now we can give you that brand new kitchen in just 1 week. After sitting down with our designers, picking out cabinets, countertops, and flooring, it will only take us 1 week to install everything. Stone Innovations, new kitchens in just 1 week.
I'm Chris Conley. Welcome back to the Everest Fieldhouse. 50-36 Mosinee. Battle of winless teams. Evergreens 0-5, Mosinee 0-4 during the timeout. Katie Schultz of the Evergreens looked like she got hit in the face. She's over with the athletic trainer. So Schultz goes out. Sandquist back in for the Evergreens. The Evergreens will inbound in front of their own bench once a player gets over there. Kirsten Hall will oblige. All the way into the backcourt, Callie Ruda. Picks up her dribble. Byler. Byler would have been open, but that pass was down at her feet, so no chance to shoot. Guarded closely. Byler splits. Defenders, nice move, but no finish. Loose ball. Jump ball. You know, for a team that's winless and down by 14, the Everest hustle pretty good on that sequence, and they'll keep the ball. Sandquist will inbound underneath. Mosinee's going to put 1, 2, 3 new players in. Seeley is back in. Munoz is in. I didn't see who the third was, who's just come back into the game. Open for a moment was Kelly Ruda. Byler passes off to the wing. Sandquist, extra pass. Open, long two. Good for Kelsey Woolley. Has a basket in the first half, now has one in the second. All right, here it is. 12-point game, 9 minutes to go. There's time to make this one closer. Mosinee sensed that. That's why they subbed some of their starters back in. That is Daisy Spink, who is the one non-starter who's on the floor. That's a miss. Big rebound for the Evergreens. Hall looks to split the defenders to the rim. Lost the handle. It's going to be out of bounds off one of the Mosinee players. Maybe there was a foul there. I don't know. Zebras are closer than we are, right? Right. I mean, if the Evergreens can score on this inbound play, what? It becomes a 10-point or a 9-point lead if you hit the three? Mosinee may sweat it out a little. This is a offensive foul. Got to call a push-off on Byler before the shot. So there's a chance to get a 10, to get it down to 10. You don't get a look. So they called the foul off the ball on Hall. Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think Braylon did anything wrong there. No matter, Mosinee gets the ball back. So the Evergreens need another defensive stop to try and slowly get back into this thing. Pesky defense there by Byler and turned over. Sandquist, be careful with the ball here. Sandquist, no one picked her up. This is going to be a block. That's the right call, even though it's a hard contact foul. The defensive player was not set. So while it looked like Sandquist initiated the contact, when the defender's moving like that and the feet aren't planted, you don't get that call. Saley called for the foul, team second and 2 free throws. Big ones here for Sandquist. Good. $11-point hole now, make it 10. So the Evergreens down by 19 twice have just about halved that. And almost turned over there. Sandquist almost got a hand on that ball. Just feels like a little more pressure is shifting back to Mosinee. Jershely on a screen. A lot of dribbling here. Picks up her dribble. Defense is tight. Mosinee needs a timeout, and they get it. We'll take one, too. 50-40. Can the Evergreens tighten up the defense, get some points, and make this interesting? 7:55 left. Back after this break on Zaleski Sports.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
I see that DC Everest rock star photographer Roxanne Ryshinsky is taking some photographs of the student section here. A whiteout night at the DC Everest Fieldhouse, so characters are in the house. I think tomorrow night at halftime, come out to the Fieldhouse and you'll be entertained by the DC Everest dance team. I believe they are in competition on Saturday. And before we wrap up here, I've got an announcement that'll be of interest to Mosinee and Everest sports fans. If you follow either of these athletic departments, I'll share the news with you in a moment. Mosinee off the timeout. Jershely is double-teamed, goes back out. Yeah, Mosinee's a little gun-shy about where the shots are coming from, and that's good defense from Sandquist. Mosinee will keep the ball. The announcement is a week from tonight, Thursday, Marathon Cup hockey across the hall at Greenheck Fieldhouse. And we'll have both the Mosinee and Everest teams in action. In fact, we'll have all of the Marathon Cup games. Opening round on Thursday and the championship on Saturday, all streaming on Zaleski Sports. The matchups this year are West against East Merrill, and then Everest against Mosinee, and the winners will pair up on Friday night for the championship. Bumped at the rim, no whistle, and a miss for Seeley. Mosinee gets another look at the basket. Go back out, driving in. Jershely lost the handle going up, gets her own rebound, misses again. Tapped out to Byler. 2-on-1 for the Evergreens to get this down to 8. Byler to the rim, misses. Out of bounds, that should stay with Everest, and it will. 7:09 left. Lots of time to complete the comeback. See if the girls can climb all the way up the hill here. Byler through the lane. Tough angle, misses. Yeah, looked like she carried that ball a little bit further away from the rim than she wanted to. So Byler got 2 looks at the rim. Either one of them would have made it an 8-point game, and they were both misses. To the rim, miss here. Mosinee's cold. Sandquist gets the rebound, and she's fouled in the backcourt. Foul's going to be on Gabby Munoz. Her first, team's third. This game feels like it will not be decided at the foul line. Good to see Katie Schultz back in. Again, I thought Schultz may have gotten raked across the face. Had to go into the athletic training area. Back in now. I don't know, a bloody nose makes it look like it was a tough game. Hall leads that ahead to Sandquist. Sandquist looks to split defenders to the wing. 3 ball coming here. No, called a 2 and missed. Tracking down the rebound, a rare offensive rebound for the Evergreens. It's been hard to come by, and a bad pass. Just when you think Everest is going to inch back close, something like that happens. Britt Fitzgerald scores. She now has 11. 52-40. Got to keep fighting. To the rim, another 3 ball here. No good. Fighting for that rebound, out of bounds. Hall was unable to squeeze it. Mosinee gets it back. So the Evergreens got within 10, had 2 looks at the basket to get it down to 8, and now find themselves trailing by 12. 6 minutes to go. Wow, moving without the ball creates for Fitzgerald, who scored the last 2 times down the floor. So it's back to 14. Got a whistle. Yeah, that Mosinee player is riding the Everest ball handler up the floor. and just got whistled for it. Gabby Munoz, her second, team's fourth. Evergreen's will inbound underneath. They'll ask Schultz to trigger it in, so Sandquist could set up on the low blocks. Goes into Hall. Schultz, extra pass. Sandquist for a three. Missed everything. So now the Evergreens have gone cold. Munoz, long two, no good. Rebound, long-armed, Seeley. Holds it in for another look, and we got a whistle. Mosinee will take a timeout. Basketball is brought to you by Ag Country Farm Credit Services, a farmer-owned co-op with a wide array of custom financing and financial services. Loans, leases, crop insurance, tax, and records. They have you covered. Contact Ag Country, Stevens Point, Walsall, Marshfield, and Medford. A 14-point lead for Mosinee back after this break on Zaleski Sports.
Thank you for helping Abbey Bank become the most highly recommended community bank.
Thank you to all of our customers for helping us be successful.
Thank you for putting your trust in us.
Thank you for your loyalty.
Thank you for helping us support our communities.
We are grateful for customers like you.
Thank you to all of our customers. We hope to see you soon.
I'm Chris Conley back at the Everest Fieldhouse. Mosinee gets the ball out of the timeout. Munoz over to Jershely, who's been quiet in the second half. Evergreen's trying to tighten up the defense, and there's a bump. Foul's going to be on Byler with 5 minutes to go in the game. Braylon Byler's called for her first. The next foul puts Mosinee in the bonus. Munoz goes out. Amber Gonzalez in for the Indians. Almost stolen on the inbounds pass. Seeley tracks down the loose ball. Now Seeley looked like she traveled there. They're going to call a foul on the Evergreens. Seeley looked like she was losing control and double-tapped that ball. Not the call here. Sandquist, that foul is going to send Mosinee to the line. 1-1 coming up here for Seeley, who has 7 points. Double checking at the scorer's table that we are indeed in the bonus. Yes, sir. Ball is live on a miss. And there it is. Sandquist, who was called for the foul, secures the rebound. There's still time, but the Evergreens have to be getting closer to the rack. Hall will get to the free throw line. This is something, too, that you'll have to remember for closing out teams down the stretch. When your opponent is down, you don't want to give them a chance to cut into the lead with the clock stopped. First free throw, no good. Foul is the fourth on Gonzalez. 1 of 2 free throws for Hall. 4.5 to go. So soon the clock will be friendly to the Mosinee Indians. And Mosinee's content to work for the shot they want. This possession will bring us down under 4 minutes. And Mosinee takes time off the clock and scores. Jershely's first points of the second half. She now has 13. Evergreen's down by 15. Sandquist, foul line extended, dribbles in, kicks back out. Hall was open for the three, instead misses at the rim. Her own rebound, follows and scores. Hall now has 8 for the Evergreens. Trailing by 13 and 3.5 to go. Again, Mosinee had the prototypical possession that you want late in the game with a lead last time down the floor. Took time off the clock and got points. Double dribble here? No. Foul on Everest. Byler is called for her second. 1-1 coming up. 3:07 to go. First is good, one more coming. Jershely now has 14. And the rebound on the miss to Sandquist. Sandquist has played well tonight. You've seen flashes so far this season in this long losing streak from Sandquist and Hall. Byler, she's the known quantity, kind of hangs there and scores. Byler gets the basket for the Evergreens. And Everest will call a timeout. 2:51 left in the game. Evergreens trail by 12, back after this break on Zaleski Sports.
When buying or selling land, the biggest decision you make is choosing your representation. Whitetail Properties is the top real estate company for selling hunting land, recreational properties, and farms. Our nationwide network of sportsmen, farmers, and investors offers a great opportunity for you to capitalize on the true market value of your property. In central Wisconsin, Brian Roosh is your local land specialist and is ready to help you get started on all of your property needs.
After the ball game, if Mosinee closes this out, maybe we'll spend some time on the floor with Scott McKellips in our post-game coverage. Sometimes the first win's the hardest. Everest will have just one timeout left for the final 2:51 in the game. Again, boys basketball tomorrow. Everest boys against Ashwaubenon. That'll be a good one. If you can't come out to see it here at the Fieldhouse, follow it on Zaleski Sports. We'll see the Everest girls again next week on Tuesday when they play Wisconsin Rapids. And Marathon Cup hockey next Thursday, a week from today. Hockey doubleheader at Greenheck, and then the championship and consolation games Saturday. See if someone other than Wausau West can claim the hardware. West can almost have that Marathon Cup bolted to their trophy case. The foul here's on Schultz, I believe. This will be the last 1-1 for Mosinee, double bonus from the rest of the way after this 1-1, which is good. And Amber Gonzalez will get one more. Well, she's 1 of 4 at the free throw line tonight, but an offensive rebound. Boy, a must-have for the Evergreens, and instead, Caitlin Seeley went in there and fished it out. So Mosinee goes back out. No one underneath as the Evergreens tried to double team. Good ball movement, and Seeley scores at the rim. 60-45 to travel. Evergreens have turned the ball over only 4 times in the second half, so that's much better than the first half, but that one comes at a bad time. So it looks like for the Trees, the first win is still elusive. It looks like Mosinee will have, 15-minute bus ride home? It'll be happy. Smiles for these girls as they're still up by double digits and 2 minutes to go. Double team and a foul. Double bonus. Either Schultz or Hall. It's on Katie Schultz. Gonzalez shoots 2. And the Evergreens look like they're putting up the white flag because after these free throws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new players are coming in. Gonzalez makes the first. Byler will lead the Evergreens tonight. She'll leave with 15 points. Friendly roll for Gonzalez. 9 points for her tonight. And all we're waiting to determine now is the final score. 1:45 to go, and Mosinee is in a safe spot. Driving, missing at the rim is Schmidt, out of bounds to the Indians. Mosinee is going to call timeout, and they will put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new players in. Yeah, Mosinee is off to the 0-4 start this year just because they lost all of their players from last year's very successful team. So it's just a new cast of characters. And it looks like that group is going to drink from the victory cup tonight. 90 seconds left in tonight's girls basketball game. Got a whistle, travel over to the Evergreens. Yeah, no starters in either side at this stage of the game. Mosinee had the lead up to 19 twice in tonight's game. 17-point lead now. The Evergreens got within 10 and missed 2 looks at the basket that would have gotten it down to 8. So the Evergreens kind of had a moment, just couldn't get closer. Two free throws for Tracy Schmidt. She misses the first one. The foul was on Ellie Gorski, one of the seniors who's in off the bench. No luck for the Teal High Tops. 2 misses for Schmidt. 1 minute to go. Goes down low to Gorski and goes back out. Maddie Wierski. Entry pass down low and missing at the rim is Gorski. Ball's loose, tied up. Now that's going to be a foul on Mosinee, and they don't have any more fouls to give. So we'll walk down to the other end of the floor. The Evergreens will shoot a 1-and-1 at 62-45. Foul was on Katie Bars, junior, who's in the game now. No good for Elsa Chapin. 30 seconds to go in tonight's game. Entry pass, 15 seconds left, and stolen away by Chapin. Fouled. Elsa's going to get another chance at the free throw line down at the other end with 13 seconds remaining. Yeah, when the Evergreens got within 10, Mosinee went on. It was just a little run, a 6-0 run, but it righted the ship, and the Evergreens did not get any closer tonight. Free throw, good for Chapin. One more. Ball's loose. Mosinee has it. Maddie Wierski secured the rebound into the front court. We're down to the final 5 seconds. Shot at the rim, no good. Evergreen secure the rebound, Brianna Cook, and that's going to do it. Congratulations to the Mosinee Indians. It's their first win of the season. They defeat the DC Everest Evergreens girls. Final score is 62-46. That's going to conclude our play-by-play coverage. We'll be down on the floor for a post-game interview sponsored by Nasonville Dairy. The Nasonville Dairy post-game show featuring fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your curds at Masonville Dairy, Marshfield, Curtis, and NasonvilleDairy.com. I'm Chris Conley repeating our final score. Mosinee gets their first win, 62-46 over DC Everest. Thanks for joining us for our Zaleski Sports coverage. Again, a post-game interview at courtside when we come right back.
Nasonville Dairy, family owned and operated, bringing you fresh cheese curds made daily, along with many other varieties of Wisconsin-made cheeses and treats. Don't forget to check out our cheese and sausage trays for your upcoming parties and cheese and sausage gift packages for the holiday season or any other special occasion. Nasonville Dairy, located just southwest of Marshfield on US Highway 10, NasonvilleDairy.com. All right, so we're here with Kim Hyman. Kim, Nasonville Dairy, 125 years in the making. Tell us about that.
You know, it's fantastic. It was the first plant built in Wood County back in 1885. Sal Nason and his family came here, and they started a small dairy plant. Eventually, that plant burnt down, but then they rebuilt onto this same facility, and our family moved here in the late 60s in 1968 and took it over from there, and it's been just a fantastic growth. Great community, great people we have working for us. Oh, it's an open market. It's huge. You know, the opportunity for the diversity in the cheese industry is fantastic, and you have to be that way in order to sell a lot of product. And so we've got a great group of people working on the research and development side for us. So it's been really fortunate for us. Oh, right. We have 185 farm families that market their milk through us here at Nasonville Dairy. And we are so lucky we have like the best dairy farms in not only in central Wisconsin, but in the United States, marketing milk through us. So we're just really fortunate on that side.
Actually, we started in 1968. Our father brought us here from another cheese plant in Wisconsin. We had come from the cheese business. We've always been in the business. We had moved around the state in different parts. He brought us here about that time. The plant ran 7,500 pounds of milk at that time, and now runs about 1.5 million a day. So.
Post-game coverage on Zaleski Sports. Mosinee gets their first girls basketball win, 62-46. Coach, it took a while. It must feel good now.
Yeah, it feels great. The girls have been working hard, and we played some tough teams in non-conference, and this is just another one tonight. I know it's going to be a hard-fought battle, but the girls played hard. I think they were hungry, and they went out and got it.
I think the biggest difference, just you have a lot of different personnel. You lost a lot from graduation from a year ago and lost some height, too. So there are different people who've got to step up and fill different roles.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. We don't have a lot of varsity experience with this group, but they were very successful in their JV2 and JV teams, and they know what it's like to win, and they were ready for this one tonight.
And I thought some nice positive things in the second half. Everest got it down to 10 and had possession a couple of times, and yet your girls didn't panic and kind of righted the ship, had a very small run after that, but it put the game out of reach.
Yeah, I told them afterwards that they got it down there and they made some good runs, but we were patient, and we got some layups off of that, and we did the things that we should be doing, and it paid off.
Well, a happy bus ride home. Congratulations. Thank you for spending a few minutes with us.
All right, thank you very much.
It's Mosinee that improves to 1-4 on the season. The Evergreens fall to 0-6 with the loss. Repeating our final score at the DC Everest Fieldhouse, 62-46. Mosinee over DC Everest. On Zaleski Sports, join us for boys basketball against Ashwaubenon tomorrow. We'll be here at the Fieldhouse starting at 7:15. If you can't come out to see them in person, it'll be here on Zaleski Sports. I'm Chris Conley. Good night, everybody.